The hotel for our wedding caught fire out of the blue. Without hesitation, my fiancé, Damien Galloway, scooped up my fainted cousin, Zara Linwood, and rushed out of the building. My parents, Everett and Serafina, along with my brother, Cashin, scrambled to carry the wedding gift Zara had painstakingly crafted, afraid she'd be upset. Meanwhile, with a sprained ankle and barely able to move, I was forgotten in the blaze, suffering from severe burns all over my body. As I lay there wrapped in layers of bandages, I could see the disgust on their faces. "You're such a jinx. How could the wedding catch fire like that?" Now, even Zara fainted from the shock. "Anyway, you can't even show your face like this. Since Zara is about the same size as you, why don't you let her take your place for the wedding?" I nodded calmly and agreed. Then, I turned around and arranged with my boss about an overseas assignment. 1 month later, on the day I boarded the plane, it also happened to be the day of Zara and Damien's wedding. My blind fiancé, my biased family, I was done with them all. But why did they all regret it so much once I left? 15 days before Zara and Damien's wedding, I received a call from Cashin. He didn't even say hello before launching into accusations. "Did you have your friend comment on those ridiculous things under Zara's post? I was wondering why you were being so quiet. Turns out you've been plotting this. Do you know that Zara cried because of those comments? You'd better apologize to her." He didn't know that I could barely hold my phone, my hands trembling. The infection on my wounds had caused dozens of blisters to break open, large and small. Even after taking a bunch of painkillers, the pain was unbearable. I wanted to tell him that I had no idea what was going on. I was in so much pain that it felt like thousands of ants were biting at my body. But the call was already over. The pain from my wounds had been so intense that for a moment, I almost forgot. Cashin wasn't the same anymore. He was no longer the one who promised to protect me forever. Now, he called, but not once did he ask if I was okay. He only cared about venting on behalf of Zara, the one he placed on a pedestal. I sighed, enduring the pain as I opened Zara's social media. The latest post was a picture taken by the photographer of her and Damien's backs. She was wearing a gorgeous wedding dress, and Damien was in a suit. The two of them held hands, looking like a perfect couple. The caption read, "Taking a wedding photo instead of my sister. Does it look good?" The first few comments were from my parents and Cashin. "Of course, you're a match made in heaven. Of course, our Zara is the most beautiful little princess. It's great there's no eyesore now. You and Damien make the perfect pair." I stared at these comments with no emotion. I had already gotten used to it. After all, in their eyes, I, the legitimate girlfriend who had been with Damien for 7 years, was just an obstacle keeping him from being with Zara. I scrolled down and saw a few of my friends' comments. They were standing up for me. "You and Damien look so good together. Just get married already." I can't believe my day was ruined by this ridiculous piece of trash. Strangely enough, I felt like crying when I saw these comments. It was as if my numb heart had been struck by something, stirring up a tiny, aching pain. I stared at the ceiling for a long time before I managed to hold back the tears. After thanking my friends in their individual chats, I opened the family group chat I had pinned. They were all discussing the wedding arrangements eagerly. I couldn't help but smile bitterly. Throughout the entire process of the wedding that was ruined by the fire, I was the only one who worked with the wedding planners. When the setup was finished, Zara merely said it looked a bit plain, wanting something more dreamlike. It was then that Damien finally contacted the wedding planners. Next to the crystal decorations I had designed, they added a bunch of pink feathers that didn't match at all. Since the fire had been that intense, those feathers definitely played their part.